Everybody, welcome back to the danebramageROCKS channel. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal season thus far. And boy, are we getting ever closer to the day itself, and super excited to have this celebration. But we are going to make a new discovery on this channel first. Actually, lyric Noel has been suggested to me a few times, and I want to believe starting last year, as I started doing Halloween and Christmas covers, reactions of covers and bands. And more recently, it was reminded that I should check out lyric Noel because of my discovery to Arch Enemy and some of their songs that they do here. But I meant to get to the Halloween version of their song, This Is Halloween. I think that was the one I was supposed to get to, but wasn't able to get to it. So I definitely want to check out lyric Noel with a Christmas song that I found on their channel. And the song is Carol of the Bells metal version. They dropped it 3 years ago on December 10th of 2022. And it has over 2 million stinking views. So this is going to be an awesome discovery. I'm super excited for it. Metal version of Carol of the Bells. Let's not wait any longer. Ready? So am I. Here we go. Yeah, so upon making this discovery, I'm sure next year I'll be able to get to their other Nightmare Before Christmas covers that they had. But we'll make more discovery as I know nothing about this band. So stick around afterwards. We'll do the wrap up and find out who lyric Noel is. Let's roll. Oh, yes. I love it already. Ooh! If none of you know this, the first time to this channel, I love drummers. I favor drummers, and I love when they get into that double pedal. It gets me every single time. This dude just did that. I love this. Here we go. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, ding dong, this is the song with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, feeling the air. Oh, holy power, raising the sound. Wow. Telling a tale, gaily they ring, while people sing, song to good cheer. Christmas is here, merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On they say, on with that. All right, I get it. Yep, metal version. Oh my God, I was not ready for that. I was about to say, I'm like, wow, her voice is awesome. And at the very end of every section, you hear just the slight tinge of vibrato fading off before the next section begins. And then she brought out the scream. Oh, dude. Okay, I think I remember now why this became predominantly commented on in my last videos, because I've recently made a discovery to Arch Enemy and a Whistle Like Glutz, who's no longer with the band anymore, but regardless. And you guys know I follow Ginger, and I have been steadily converting into this mixture of like clean and harsh lyrics. And then seeing me progress through this, this is where this suggests from. Now I completely get it, because I freaking love this style of metal. It is my favorite. Don't mind the all screaming, but I prefer this kind of style right here. And now I understand why fans of the channel suggest this one. This is freaking awesome. Yeah. Right up my alley. This freaking drummer, dude. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, ding dong, this is the song with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere.
Wow, that was quick. So, um, one thing I gotta know is I've noticed this with a few other singers. Poppy is really good at this. Spiritbox is really good at this. When they have that harsh sound and when they do that scream, it seems effortless, like they're not straining, which is awesome. Some people you see screaming to mics, especially male-led bands, they're just like belting it out, which really has a high risk of injury to your vocal cords, right? But to see people like her here just have that harsh metal scream tone, but it seems effortless. It's awesome. It's like it's coming from the back of their throat, and that control is absolutely gorgeous. Again, Poppy's like one of the best I know doing it because she barely looks like she's opening his mouth when she's screaming. And her lyric, I guess, is her lyric Noel, and this is her band. Phenomenal at it. Just watch.
People say, Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On they say, on without end. Their joyful tones to every home. Hark how the bells, sweet cymbal bells, all seem to say, throw cares away.
She basically looks like she's holding a conversation. And yeah, she's squint, but she's not like, That was her? I thought that was just a background noise. That was her singing this part? Oh, dude. All right, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. Dude, yep. Yeah, I get it. I know why you guys suggested this. Because of Arch Enemy, and I done reactions to Poppy and Spiritbox and Ginger and all these other bands that kind of mix this softer lyrical to the metal harsher tones and then the screams and all that stuff. It's I love that style so much. You guys know that about me, and that's probably why I suggested it, but I know nothing about them. So let's go ahead and find out who they are. Yeah, so fun to discover they're, 100% their own band, not so much like an all YouTube kind of thing. Very, very well established. The song I was referred to last time was This Is Halloween, but I couldn't get to it in time. That's going to be saved, and I'm going to come back around to it and hopefully see it next year. But popping over to their their YouTube channel, they have 125,000 subscribers, but they also have their own website, which is awesome. And this is where you can mostly find out about the band. So they do have their own music, obviously, which is great. I wasn't sure if they're just cover band because I've never seen anything besides that so far. Blood in the Water, an original out now. Where to listen? They have like merchandise, and which is awesome. That's a cool shirt. That's a neat hoodie. We'd love to have that. But we still know nothing about the band, and I'm glad band sites do this when they actually put their bio on their band site here. So come to discover, here's the lead vocalist and songwriter. Her name is Lyric Hollar. Okay, so Lyric Noel just must be the band name. The lead vocalist and songwriter for Lyric Noel. She discovered her voice at just 5 years old and quickly stood out, earning a spot in the regional acapella choir during middle school as the only student in her district to make the cut. Damn. Soon after, she picked up guitar and began performing a range of local bands from metal to blues, rock, sharpening her presence on both on stage and in the studio. In her later 20s, Lyric began her solo career with the support of her husband and creative partner Russell Hollar, exploring hard rock, blues, and sync licensing, yes, but her heart was also always belonged to metal. She and Russell built a following by reimaging popular songs with a heavy lens. The move that fueled the rise of their online and ultimately led to their something bigger. The solo project grew into a full-known band known as Lyric Noel. Okay, so they did start with a online presence. So Russell Hollar, so the husband here of Lyric, guitarist, producer, and composer. Russell Hollar is a guitarist and producer for Lyric Noel, shaping the band's sound with crushing riffs, cinematic production. A lifelong musician, he began developing his craft early, later pursuing formal music studies in college, where he sharpened both his performance and production skills. I'm only going to read the first paragraph of each of these because this can get very long, but I'll leave a link down below if you guys want to follow up and check out more further. Then you have Robert Gray, who's also a guitarist. Robert Gray is a guitarist for Lyric Noel, driving the band's sound with grit, melody, and dynamic energy. He first picked up guitar at 14, immersing himself in Las Vegas music scene and sharpening his skills across a variety of projects before relocating to Dallas. And then you have Jerrin Castillo, who's the drummer and backup vocalist. Jerrin Castillo is a drummer and backup vocalist for Lyric Noel from Waxahachie, Waxahachie, Texas. His passion for rhythm began at just 11 years old when he started what started as a love for the game Rock Band, yes, quickly turned into a lifelong pursuit when he received his first drum kit later in that year. He sharpened his craft throughout school music programs, performing in Waxahachie Junior High and high school bands, and developing his skills on both bass drum and tenors throughout his years on the drum line. So it sounds like they're a band out of Texas. Didn't really say much about the band, just the individuals within the band, but nonetheless, knowing that they have their own individual music and also do some fun covers, this might be a wonderful discovery. But leave me those comments below, especially if this is your first time on the channel. You're here because of the Lyric Noel. Awesome. That was my first time to them. Would love to follow up and hear more things, take your suggestions and all that. But as far as covers go, that was awesome. Lyric Noel, Carol of the Bells metal version premiered December 10th of 2022. 2 million views. Thank you guys so much for watching that. Merry Christmas. Hope everyone has a phenomenal holiday season. And until next time, keep on rocking.